Hola. I'm sorry I missed yesterday, you guys, but I cleaned out my storage unit. I made the fatal mistake of waking up and thinking I was gonna do something productive with my life, and I went down into that dust bucket. I was down there, sweeping and moving stuff around. I don't know. I must breathe in 800 pounds of dust. My nose was running. My eyes were red and watery. I couldn't breathe. I was coughing and sneezing. It was terrible. And so there was no way I was going to be on camera, blowing my nose and sneezing all over the microphone like that. That was something I just didn't anticipate. So we put off yesterday what we're doing today. And actually, it worked out in our favor because, hello, everyone. It worked out in our favor because when I logged on this morning after all my sniffling and sneezing, a friend of mine had sent me a link to a video. And I'm sitting there looking at this thing, and I'm like on the public transit this morning. And I have my, your little, what they call them, earbud things in, and I'm looking at this mess, and I was cussing up a storm. And, I like went into a state, I forgot where I was for a minute. And I was like, this motherfucker, what kind of shit is this? Blah, 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 blah. Oh, I know everybody was looking for me yesterday. I believe me, I got some hate emails. People was telling me how they was looking for me and how I was fake and fraudulent and all kind of other stuff they said. But, I have a couple of videos on the channel where I'm talking about this, how some men will do this. They run this game. I call it, the first one I made probably, I don't know, 8 years ago or so, called Why Women Audition to Be a Wife. It's on the channel. You probably have to search be a wife or audition, or probably audition is a good word because I don't think I've used that word in any other video. And it should pop right up. I'm going to also link to it. Where you put those little things up above, it's going to be up here on the video where you can just click the link. So I'll put that up there. But I'm telling you, you guys, you think that, see, this is the problem I have. I think this is my preamble before I get into this video. This is the problem I have. So many women are, claim to be Christian women, right? So that means you're following what's in the Christian Bible. Nowhere in there does it say that a woman who finds a husband finds some great, wonderful thing. It specifically says the man who finds a wife. Okay, so juxtapose that against the niggnoggery that is we're going to discuss tonight, where they want to structure things so you are giving them everything you got and doing all the stuff for them to earn the privilege, which I put in quotes, of being a girlfriend or a wife. Now, I was on the little BART train and stuff. I took copious notes. You can see my chicken scratch handwriting. This is awful. I admit my handwriting is awful. But do you know, in the third grade, I used to win awards for penmanship. I don't know what happened. I used to win all kind of awards. So my top, look at that. I like this shirt. It's got different color patches on it. So, you guys, and I also made another video, which I will also link to, about women who treat boyfriends like husbands. Okay, there's another one. I also did one called Marriage is Carrot on a Stick. That was part of the 25 video series about the games black men play to make black women jump through hoops. It was part of that series about, what's that, 2 years ago now? So, honey, I'm telling you, everybody, thank you for coming. And, again, for those who just arrived, my apologies about yesterday. I was in allergy hell. And thank goodness for Sudafed. That's what I'm on now. You see, I'm still a little bit congested. From all the coughing, my throat's a little raspy. Honey, yes, because you know what? Either I'm going to hire somebody to clean that shit out or it's going to stay fucked up for the rest of my life. Because I am never going into that dustbin ever again. It was unbelievable. So let me start talking about this video. As you know, we do not mention names here. So you guys please adhere to that. Do not mention the names of other channels, other YouTubers, none of that. And we keep everything neutral here. Okay, so nobody's getting no extra promotion over anyone else. Okay, that's how I decided to do it because that keeps everything fair. Oh, you thought it was a dusty man? No, this was a dusty storage unit that got a hold of my ass. Okay, so let's talk about this because what I want to, during the course of this conversation, I want you guys to think about the relationships that you've been in or the way that men have approached you to see if they are running this game on you and how you responded and how I want to know how you got into the mindset that this is how you need to respond to quote, get and keep a man. Okay, so let me start. Okay, now this guy, he's talking about this video, right? In his introduction, he was saying that the video is not for, the MGTOW crew and all them people that say that they ain't never going to get married or anything. What he was basically doing was instructing guys that, thought that marriage might be okay or that they want, that would be a good thing for them to do, professionally or what, asset wise or whatever. Um, they're thinking about it. They're thinking about getting married someday, whatever. How they need to, quote, train and instruct and manage women. These are words that he used. Not one time did he use the word love, respect, take care of, support emotionally, adore, share life. None of that. It was all about what you were supposed to be able to do for him and how he was going to be expecting you to do all this shit for him as you walked like you earning the privilege of being something more to him. I'm telling you, he used those words. I wrote them down. I'm not lying here. It's like it was just completely just some unbelievable bullshit. Okay, well, trust me, it was she says it sounds like he's talking about an animal. That's probably not too far from the truth because like I said, there was never not one time in this 20 whatever minute video, 25 or 30, 20, whatever the length of time it was, did he say anything about what the guy would give to the woman that would entice her to want to do this. What he was doing was holding marriage up like a carrot on a stick, like she wants you to she wants the title, and so you have to make her earn it. You have to, she has to jump through these hoops and do these little magic tricks. One thing, why do men seem to break us down like this? Because they're stupid. Is this a trick question? Girl, I mean, I can't say it. I can't really say too much because, I tell women how to recognize these silly games. Now, I'm not telling you how to break them down and use them and all of that kind of stuff because I can't promote that kind of behavior because then if I do, then and you get treated like that, well, what's that gonna look like? You know what I mean? I don't do that. What I do is tell you how to recognize it though when they're trying to do it to you so you can exit stage left and get up out of there and not be bothered with him. But and how to stand up for yourself and assert yourself and have high self-esteem and place value on yourself. These are the kind of things that I teach here because If you have those things, those innate qualities in yourself, then you won't fall prey to this kind of stuff. This kind of stuff, he would, you would send him on his way, straight on his way. All right, so let me talk about this. Okay, so he's like I said, he's saying it's about um, men who do want to someday get married. And he says, a lot of married men are miserable. They are miserable. He says because they didn't do the right things before they got married. No, they're miserable in their marriage because they're not doing the right things after they got married. They're acting a zip damn fool. Their woman don't want to be bothered with them. She's putting them on ice and just giving them a cold shoulder, and that's why he's miserable. He went into the marriage with the wrong mentality. He went into it with this mentality that this guy's promoting right here, and expecting to be taken care of and this woman to give her all to them without them doing anything to giving her anything back other than a title of girlfriend or wife, which is bullshit, and I will explain to you why. He says that the marriages failed because the black men didn't make sure that the woman was qualified to be their wife. She wasn't qualified. He admitted that all men do have different qualifications, and that's, a key point that I just, because some men don't care about us. They just want somebody to screw and maybe to cook and clean, and that's it. They want to have kids, and they don't really care about anything else. Some just want the sex. They'll just, that's all they want. I mean, it just depends. Every guy is different. All right. But he says that, you have to understand if she marriage material and test her and see if she's worthy of being a wife. Now, when a man says things like that to you, what he's doing is setting you up to do what I call jump through hoops. He's setting you up where you're seeking his approval. You're defining who and what you are by whether or not this man wants you, whether you're married, whether you're someone's girlfriend, whether you're looking to be validated as a woman, as a human being by whatever nignog you associated and affiliated with in that moment. You don't feel like too much by yourself. You don't feel great and wonderful and all the stuff. You feel empty and lost and unfulfilled and undefined and like you're nothing unless you have a man. Those women with that mentality are the ones that will fall prey to this game. A woman who thinks she's a shit without a motherfucker, she is never going to be telling, he's going to talk about, well, you need to do this, you need to do this to help me with my program so I can see if you're going to be worthy of being my wife, would get this. Okay? That was what he would get on your way out the door. All he would see is your back with this over your shoulder. You know what I mean? It's like if you think that, because then he was talking about you guys having well, women having this a diet coming on, when he's got his program. He got his program, and that she's supposed to devote her time and energy and effort to helping him come up. And as she helps him come up, see, he's measuring how well she helps him come up. And then if he decides on whatever standard he's using that you helped him enough, then you get to be girlfriend. Then if you help him enough more, then he might pop out with a ring and you become the wife. In which case, for you to stay the wife, you got to help him even more. Okay, do you see what I'm saying? This is like too much fucking work. Who want to do all that? It's like you go to work all day, right? You work all day at a work, listening to stupid people and giving them stuff because you're getting a paycheck at least, right? And then you got to come home and help some nignog do some more stuff. When the fuck do black men ever stand up and do shit for themselves by themselves? When does that ever happen? They always looking to suck some energy and life and money and everything else out of a woman. Yet they want to talk about, as he said later, she needs to, accept your leadership. Motherfucker, if I have to help you get to the position of leader, that means I'm leading and you the follower. I'm just stupid enough to let you think that you the leader. But Deb wasn't born stupid. It is. It's just like unbelievable. I mean, to sit there, if you really listen to what they're saying, what he was saying, it was the most retarded, fucked up shit I've ever heard in my life. And you are a man. Okay, motherfucker, be a man then. You supposed to do the shit on your own. No, you're not supposed to be looking for some woman to help you come up. Like you're a fucking pimp. What the hell? Child, I'm telling you. And no, and they ain't even married. He's talking about somebody you just dating. Cause see, you got to give to him, but help him come up and do all this other stuff in order for you to even qualify as being called a girlfriend. So by the time you get married, then he don't, you giving him money, you done gave him a place to live. These are all examples that he gave. Helped him go through medical school, all kind of stuff. So then by the time you get out of school, then she deserves to be a wife because she done helped you. I wish I would. I wish I would. That's so it's never gonna happen. Okay, so what did he say? Oh yeah. Um, he says as a girlfriend, she's supposed to make sure you're supposed to make sure that he's talking to the dudes, right? You're supposed to make sure that you're managing her right. And she's supposed to be helping you upgrade. And you're supposed to be training her to fit with your program, to fit with you. This is a quote. Dudes don't know how to manage their chicks. This is a direct quote from the video. You a grown woman with a degree, you on your own, you making a fat check, you paying all your own bills and stuff. What part of that makes you a chick? Exactly. Hood feminism said the bum ass niggas. That's exactly what I was thinking. I wasn't going to say it though, but someone did, and I just repeated what you said. Um, so then he started talking about business. He says, this like, okay, so you get when you have a program, right? As a dude, you have a program, and then you marry this one. So he's basically saying that women don't deserve half because they haven't done shit. Okay, so in his mind, a marriage is like, this corporate thing, and you starting a business. So the marriage is equivalent to a business, which in a certain sense it is, but my viewpoint is different than his. And so then he says, well, what what you have to do is you're going to start it. One person wants you to come in with 90% of the money and then get half the profits. That is often the way that it works. That is how it works when you see. You can tell these niggas don't have no business. They haven't studied business. What the fuck do you think it is when you go to a business and you have investors, what they call angel investors or any other kind of investors, stockholders, whatever? You get the majority of the money. You know why you get the majority of the money? Because you're doing the majority of the work. Okay, they get a return on their investment, certainly, but it should never be the equivalent of what you get because you don't want to do it all the work. All they did was write a check. Okay, he had no understanding of what is called sweat equity. And most of the time that's worth 75 to 80%, even more in some instances of the business profits. The investors split the rest. I don't know what he was talking about. But in any instance, he says that she must put in all that work before you give her the position of wife. Okay. And I'm trying to figure out what is it about wife that makes them think that it's something that they should hold over somebody's head. What is it so beneficial that these modern women get from being married, that they either A, can't provide for themselves, or B, do by themselves? You know what I mean? Because you could be single and do all the stuff he was talking about for yourself. I mean, if you was going to invest in a business, you got to be. No, Eddie, he said he's not. He said the video was not for the MGTOW people. That's the part that I found so amazing. But it sure did sound like it. I mean, it had a ring of that to it. Like this controlling and push positioning for over women. It was really bizarre. And he says she has to support your leadership. Okay. How you leading and a woman's putting in half? Where's the leadership part? That makes you equal partners, motherfucker. Every kind of math problem in the world, 50-50 is equal. Okay. So that means she just as much of a leader as you. You want to be the leader, then you got to put in 100% by yourself. Then you could talk some shit and be in control of some shit. But if you getting 50% of my shit, motherfucker, I have as much of a voice in this as you do. Trust that. So I'm like, this he's talking crazy. And it's like the people, the guys who must listen to this don't have any critical thinking skills. They're just listening, and getting all hyped up because it sounds good. Exactly. You're both heads because you're both putting in half under his premise here. Oh, you think he was looking for donations? Oh, and he might have hit something. I didn't even think of that. You know what? That's true because at the end he did start begging. Hmm. Okay, but I turned it off because I hadn't heard enough of his voice by then, so I didn't finish listening to what he was begging for. Interesting. Okay, so he says she has to support your leadership. She has to follow your program. She has to make your program bigger. And then you would marry a woman who don't put anything into the program. Okay. Okay, now you just dating somebody, right? You have no legal claims to anything that you've helped him build. There's no guarantee that all the hours and time and money and energy and effort, gasoline you burn up on his behalf, phone bills you run up on his behalf, anything that you do for him, for his program, where is there a guarantee that you're going to get a return on your investment? Okay, you just doing all this with some vague hope that in the future he might possibly maybe think about considering putting you in a position of being girlfriend or wife. I'm saying, girl, as I told you, girlfriend don't mean shit because you're still single. The only one that it means anything is wife. And you don't have to earn a man like that. That's just too much work. Then where does it stop? I mean, he gonna sit on his ass and like now you the wife, you got to do it all, and y'all would step up and do that. What is it that you think that you have to earn by doing all this stuff for these men? This is like a straight pimp game. I couldn't believe it. But then, instead of being like, you're gonna be the bottom bitch, but the bottom bitch is the wife. That's what he's talking about. So he gave his example, which I'm about to shoot down because it was stupid. He gives the example that of running a company. Okay, so like say he gave an example talking about somebody comes into the company and they're working, I don't know, mail room or copy room or something. I forgot which one he said, but some low level entry level position. And they decide they want to be vice president. They want that title, they want that corner office, they want to be the vice president. And so he's like, well, they have to like go to school, they have to work their way up, they have to do this and that, and interim promotions and this and that and blah blah blah. Okay, now what he missed was that in an environment where you're working in a corporation, you don't put in all that effort for the vice presidency, all those years and months or years or whatever of energy, effort, and time without getting something in return. And what do you get? You get a paycheck. You get a paycheck. Every time you change positions, you get a bigger paycheck. Okay. You get benefits. You get health care, paid vacation, paid holidays where you don't have to do shit. You sit on your ass, do whatever the fuck you want to do. Okay. You get sick leave. If you're sick, you still get paid. You know, a lot of times they have 401ks and stuff. They invest in your future, right? They provide educational reimbursement. And sometimes they bring people in to training classes or they send you to programs, things. You have retreats, you have all kinds of stuff that are benefits of working in this corporation that you get as you go along, right? You don't have to wait for a maybe at the end. And that's the point that he missed. Right, exactly. Stock options, life insurance, all kind of shit is going on. All kind of stuff you could take home, spend up, go places and stuff on the money that you earn. So, he's trying to compare that to a corporate an entity and someone working their way up in the corporation with a totally negating the fact that even the mailboy room got health care, retirement, sick leave, holiday pay, vacation pay, and his salary. Okay, at the lowest level, the lowest rung of the company, he still got something for the time and energy and effort that he put in. What are these motherfuckers offering? Nothing but some yap. And they want you to do everything to try to earn something from them. Just totally delusional. Totally delusional. Just totally overvaluing themselves. Like, you ain't giving nobody shit. You gonna promise some shit at the end. Like, like getting married to you is like reaching heaven or nirvana or some shit. I was like, this was unbelievable. So he says that, um, you know, they just basically want to get half. But if she earns it, then her getting half is justifiable. Okay, now let's talk about what that means. Okay, as you're someone's wife. Statistics say that when a woman marries a man, okay, you have like you two live separately, right? You get married, so now you're in one household. You have a kid or two. The woman's workload quadruples easily, if not, 5, 6 times. The man's decreases by at least 50%, usually more. Okay, so not only is she taking on the role of working outside the home for 8 hours a day, okay, once she ends there, and even before she goes to work, she's still working. She's working at home. She's doing laundry. She's yelling at children. She's bathing children. She's combing children's hair. She's making lunches for children. She's dropping kids off at daycare. She's picking kids up at daycare. She's stopping at the grocery store to pick up the things for dinner. She runs in the door, starts slinging pots to get food on the table because everybody's hungry, and to feed them some food. Then she's got to wash the dishes and clean up the kitchen, get the kids bathed, get kids in their pajamas, read them a story, and get them to bed. And by then she's exhausted. And then here comes somebody with a dick in their hand talking about, I want some booty. See, when women, and y'all need to think, okay, you want to be somebody's wife. Do you understand what the fuck that means? You become a slave to some other people. That's what that means, you know? And it's very rare. I mean, I can still see it, because I'm telling you, Eddie be on it. You guys, like he grew up with a single mother. He watched his mother, handle everything, and he knows how tired she was, and how she didn't really have time for, dating or his children. And he would like to have his wife and his kids have more time together. He's gonna put shit in place to make sure that happens. He's gonna say, "Baby, you just work part time. I got this." You take the kids to their games and you do this and that, and you spend time with them, especially when they're really small. And let's make this work. I want them to have time with their mama. And that's important if that's important to him, woman sharing anything with the woman, communication between them. It was all about what she gonna do for you, like a fucking pimp. I'm telling you. I was like, this is some straight bullshit. And then he says, if you lead her correctly, and manage her, you will make her cooperative towards you. You will never have those kind of problems. Because women don't have a lot of options, he says. They cheat on you and they won't do fuck shit and they won't cheat on you. And it's your fault for not training her if she does. No, what it is your fault if you're not loving her the way that she needs to be loved. You're not respecting her contribution. You're taking her for granted. You talking to her like she has a tail. You call her names. You dismiss her. You ignore her. You cheat on her. You flirt with other women in her face and disrespect her. You don't keep up your end of the bargain at the house, and so she feels resentful and angry, and she's always tired. That's why motherfuckers get a divorce. See, they don't even connect the dots. It's like you sitting up there is and just thinking that you're gonna be running shit like you some kind of king or something. I don't get it. It's like what benefit would marriage be to a man with this kind of mentality? For real. You'll be putting yourself in all kind of hell. I, there's more. And I'm just, um one thing I wanted to talk about. um okay, he kept focusing on that. uh like if the woman holds you down, he says, if she's holding you down, she gave you paper, she cooked for you, she cleaned for you, she let you stay at her crib because you didn't really have no place to stay, and all of this. And now when you become something good like a doctor or whatever, because she done put you through medical school, she's showing you that she would be a good wife, so that's who you wife up. Any woman who would do such a thing is an idiot. And you see how that worked out with Jesse, what's his name's wife. She was a teacher and she was holding him down while he, pursued acting and shit. And now that motherfucker made it, The judge saw how he was acting and slapped that motherfucker just all kind of upside the head, all up in his wallet. So, and he can't say nothing because all those years she worked, even when he didn't. She worked even when he didn't have no acting jobs, no nothing, making peanuts when he did. She was the one paying the bills and taking care of everything. So, yeah, he cheated on her. He cheated on her with somebody. I don't even know all the details, but I do know there was another woman involved. And so they got a divorce and they have a couple of kids. So he's paying child support and alimony to the tune of 100 grand a month. He was fighting 50 grand. Now he got the judge doubled it. See, nigga should have shut up and been happy. But no, a white woman he met on the internet. Oh my God. Well, whatever. But anyway, he's paying out the ass. So, but like they said, it's half hers. It's probably really three-quarters hers. Because he wouldn't be where he was if it wasn't for her, supporting him and putting food in his stomach and a roof over his nappy head while he was out fooling around. Okay. And I think, you know, all the stuff I mentioned, about women getting their workload quadrupling. You also got to factor in stuff that we don't typically think about, like, the care that you put into a husband, like you make sure he goes to the doctor, right? You're monitoring his behavior, monitoring his health. That's energy, that's time. That shows that you give a fuck. You know what I mean? And that's something that if you weren't married, that would be time and energy that you could devote to yourself. But you're giving it to him because you're watching him, right? Okay. I made notes to make sure I didn't forget. Okay, now when it's time for his niece's birthday and his mama's birthday and his daddy's birthday and their anniversaries and Christmas gifts and all that stuff, does his black ass go out and get them? White ass, yellow ass, whatever color ass he got. Does he do it? No. 99% of the time, it's the wife who does all of that. But guess what? If you weren't married, you wouldn't have to do that. There would be time and energy that you could give to yourself. You sitting up there picking up his shirts from the dry cleaner. Cause he got that kind of job where he got to wear the shirt and tie and all that stuff. So his shirts got to go to the lawn, be laundered. So he's got 10 shirts down there every week or so. He goes and gets up to you go pick the shirts up. Well, that's time and energy that you could be spending on doing something for yourself. See, now he's not doing that. He used to do it before he got married, but now you do it. Okay. What about changing the sheets on the bed, making the bed up? He might have used to do that when he was single, maybe, maybe not. Because a lot of them only change the sheets when different woman's coming over. Because, they that she's gonna be here like, I smell another bitch. So he changes sheets then, but he doesn't, normally do that. But the women are the ones who like stuff to be clean and crisp and fresh. So you changing the sheets, you vacuuming, you're dusting, polishing furniture, cleaning windows so the sun comes in the windows is sparkling clear and all of that kind of stuff. You know what I mean? So these are the kind of things like, all of this stuff, the stuff that he either used to do or have to pay somebody to do, or, this house looked a hot mess, whatever was the situation. Now that you're doing it, your workload has quadrupled, if not, like I said, more, because you're giving all this time and energy and effort to this man to take care of him and love him and support him and his family. Okay. But he doesn't count any of that. See, none of that means anything to him. That doesn't mean anything because that has no value. That's why I don't do shit for niggas. I don't do shit. They start talking about something, I'll be like, I can't do that. My arms are broken. Deb only does shit for Deb. And people think that's very selfish, but it's this kind of attitude right here that I learned a long time ago. Unless a guy proves to me that he's about me, then I don't have nothing to say. Now let's talk about um, this programming that women get. What they're doing essentially is promoting the programming that a lot of women get anyway. That our purpose in life is to get and keep a man and breed like bunny rabbits. That's what we're supposed to do. And unfortunately, when we have so many young men and women growing up without their dad in the home, and I'm not saying a father is a solution. Well, hear me out for a minute. when you have a dad in the house, what you do, if you know, and it's a healthy relationship, let me put it that way. Might not be perfect, but at least what you see is how people, girl, not just my legs, my arms, my hands, my fingers, everything. I can't do nothing. I don't know. I can barely could talk. But when you have a situation like that, and you have, I forgot what I was getting ready to say. Shit. I lost my train of thought because I looked at the chats. Yes, I have to stop doing that. Let me see. Oh, dad and home. Thank you. See? Thank you guys. You a reminded me where I was. Okay, when you have a dad in the house, and it's a good relationship, like I said, you get to observe uh, interactions, problem resolutions, communication styles between the sexes. Hopefully, you get to see some affection and romantic behaviors too. There may be disagreements, but there's not so much the disagreements that's the important part. The important part is how they're resolved. How do you see that man and that woman resolve conflict, arrive at solutions, create plans, and develop their program together? How do they negotiate power and distribute responsibilities? These are all things that you get to learn in a household where your parents are there together, and you get to see them go through these motions. When you don't have that kind of thing, you have no example. You maybe you live with your dad, he got a string of different women. You live with your mama, she got a different boyfriend every year, two or three or whatever. And so you never really get to see what it means to have a continuous relationship where you put in work and time and energy and effort into each other, as well as the family unit, as well as the marriage. So a lot of kids grow up without that, right? So in their minds now, they have a very just like complete fantasy of what a marriage should look like. They have no clue. So they're basing it off of stupid stuff like reality television, or what some nignog on YouTube said. Okay. That is unrealistic. Young men listening to this that grew up without their daddy. Um, oh shit. Can you be any louder? I said that they have to be functional. So it has to be a good relationship. I said that as a qualifier. Um, you have to see this, in action, and then the young boys know how to role model themselves as a cooperative, supportive protector of the wife and family. But if you've never seen that, and all you hear is pimp game about how men are supposed to use women, and how to get yours and run women, and these kind of things that these young men hear on the street and on social media, then they have a very twisted idea of what marriage is and women's relationship to them. If you have a situation where you treat your woman with respect, you tell her you love her, and you not only tell her with words, but you show her by your behavior. That's how you divorce proof your marriage. You don't do it by trying to train somebody like they're a fucking animal in the zoo or in the circus. Okay, that is the utmost in disrespect. Just so unbelievable. Well, there is no benefits if you have a husband like this. Okay, like there's no benefit at all. If you have a husband who understands what his responsibility is and what it means, what a joy it can be, and what an accomplishment for his manhood it is to have a life partner who's going to ride that ride with him, and cushion the blows and see things that he doesn't see, and always be there for him, taking care of him, taking care of his kids, helping him take care of his mama, his aging parents, loving him and supporting him and encouraging him. That's what good wives do. They do that because they love you. And as long as you show her the same kind of love and respect, you will get, it's like, remember, I keep telling you guys, the symbol of infinity. There's no end to it. It just keeps flowing. I keep saying this. It's like in every video now. But essentially, that is what it makes a good relationship. You don't have to go, measure tit for tat. You give, he gives. You give, you receive, he receives. You give, it goes like that. You guys are constantly giving and taking care of each other. If you have a relationship that's selfless and that loving, and you devote yourself to the betterment of your partner, and it's a mutual thing, you will have a fabulous relationship, and you will know nobody's ever thinking about going nowhere. Just like girlfriend said, she been with her husband 20 years and she can't get rid of him. He ain't going nowhere. Where's he gonna go? And what's he gonna do when he gets there? You know, I mean, after men get used to being married and having their woman and stuff, they don't be tripping like that. But he has to know what to do to make this household be like that. It doesn't just happen by magic. Okay. And what I think too is, to think about, you want companionship more than marriage? Yeah, I could see that. I could see that. Yeah, I try to, provide men with some direction based on, the stuff that my dad, uncles, and grandfather, I was right there. I watched how they, taught my brothers and their own sons and stuff. And, I mean, they're all fine men and all, everybody's married and everything. And, been married forever. So it's like, there's something there when a man who knows how to love a woman teaches other young men how to love women. Where that is missing in the Black community. What you have is older guys teaching younger dudes how to hate women and how to use women and how to abuse women and how to control women. That's what we have in the Black community. I'm just like, this is some unbelievable bullshit. But anyway, when you look at the statistics, right? You see, oh, this cord is choking me from the back. You see that Black women want to be married, right? I'm sorry, I'm wiggling around with this cord. They want to be married. This is promoted, you know, to in churches and stuff. You need to be married. Okay. And if Black people are the highest, Black women, the highest demographic uh, of religious women, okay, and you want to be married because that's what your scriptures, whichever one you follow, that's what they say. And so that's something that you want because you want to adhere to those principles. Nothing wrong with that. The problem is, though, ladies, that you are being told these things. Okay. The women are being told these things. The women are being trained to look for marriage and family and that kind of connectedness. The women and not the men. So you don't see brothers up in church that much. There's some, but not usually. A lot of them are gay or, fresh out of prison. They on a 12-step program. I talked about that in my book, The Black Church. The kind of dudes that you likely to meet up in the church. And I was like, nah, nah, not happening. But when you have that kind of situation, and you got half the population wanting this marriage and looking forward to it and trying to adjust their behavior and what they do and say and everything in order to qualify to be this thing. But the ones that you're trying to to see that you want them to see that you're qualified, that you meet these standards, right? But they don't care about that. What they're doing is just trying to set you up to use you for what you can give them and then bounce on to the next one. They don't see the value in marriage that you do. They haven't received the socialization about marriage that you have. They don't, it's not being pushed down men's throat or something that they need to do and that's going to help them progress and stuff. Not in the Black culture anyway. In other cultures, yes. Men are raised like as young boys, they, start hearing that to get to think that they, are supposed to have a wife and a family. That's like, you go to school, you get your degree, you get married, you have a wife, you have a family. It's part of, growing up, part of this considered to be achieving manhood. But I don't know, in our country, this just different, especially in the Black community. This is just something else. I don't really understand what it is that women You guys haven't really like thought this through, I think. You're just going by what you've been socialized to believe since you've been a child, that you never really sit down rather to think about it. Okay, I'm learning to cook, I'm learning to clean, I'm learning to do all these things in order to, be able to run a household and be with, a man and be a mom and a wife and all the stuff, right? So you got this whole enculturation, indoctrination, socialization to, achieve this thing. But the people that you want to do it for haven't been getting any lessons like that. The lessons they've been getting are, how to take your desire for this marriage thing and use it against you. Now, how does that work in real life? I mean, have you guys really thought about this? And if you haven't, I want you to think about it right now. This is what he's doing. He's telling them this is the thing that you hold over her head to make her earn it. She wants to be a wife. She wants that title. And he said, like, even in his example he gave is like in a corporate thing, she wants to be VP. It's not about so much about the money that she's gonna make. It's about having the title. And that's what he's advising these guys to hold over your head, the title of girlfriend and the title of wife, and to make you do all kind of shit to quote earn it. And instead, what you're supposed to do is tell them to kiss the inside of your ass, because that's fucking ridiculous. You know what I mean? Mm-mm. And the other thing, I made my notes here, luckily, so I could stay on track because, I have a tendency to go off on a tangent. Another thing that I think is, you need to think about is, um, if you have a man that you have to help, okay, because he says he's got a program, okay, but his program is evidently shaky, because otherwise he wouldn't need your help, right? You would be someone there for him to love and to cherish and to smooch on and hold his hand and get affection, give and give affection and all this kind of stuff. Instead, they're looking to use you like a business partner, but without paying you. So you don't get any wages. You get the hope and dream of being a girlfriend or a wife. Now, like if that was currency, your ass would be homeless and starving because you wouldn't be getting shit. You putting in all this energy and effort, but you're not getting anything in return. Oh, hell to the no. I'm like wondering, so if he can't, you looking at him, he can't stand on his own. He needs you to do all the stuff, all this propping up and taking care of him and holding him down and lifting him up and doing all the stuff he was talking about. If you have to do all of that for him to, get his program advanced or move him along or even start his program to begin with, because he might just have a plan and he's waiting for you to come. So, you could be the catalyst to really make it happen. He's not going to make it happen by himself. What man I mean, how can you respect a man like that? He can't do shit unless you holding his hand like he's a fucking toddler. I don't know about you, but I can't. When I get with a man and he's like, yeah, this is what I'm, this is how far I've come. This is my business right here, blah, 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 blah. I'm doing this, I'm doing that. I have me and my buddy, me and my daddy, me and my brothers. I want to see you partnering with some other men. Okay, you make that a man shit thing. Okay, now I might type a letter for you, send a fax or something like that, edit something for you. But for me to think you're going to be using all my expertise in marketing and internet marketing and website development and all that stuff for your benefit, motherfucker, I don't think so. You're going to do that, you're going to pay me. It's like, because I'm not trying to audition to be shit. I want my money. I want my money, and then you can talk about all that other stuff, when you want to. But that don't have nothing to do. If I'm performing a business service for you, I expect to get paid just like the white people do. Okay, they ain't gonna do shit for your funky ass for free. So what you think I'm gonna do it for out of love? And when not one time did he express any kind of love for these women that they want to set up to use? Shit. If y'all fall for this game, you dumb. And that means you have not listened to anything that I've told you on this channel. Relationships have to be reciprocal. So you're gonna be doing all this shit for him, and all he's gonna be doing is giving you some dick shit. You can get dick somewhere else. You don't have to get it from him and did invest all this time and energy in it. You get the dick, you tell, okay, bye, motherfucker, see you next week or whatever. Same time, same bat time, same bat channel. And then, he go on about his business. And then the energy that you would have put into this man's business, into this man's program, into lifting him up, supporting him, holding him down, giving to him, taking care of him. You do that for yourself. And if you want to start a business, get your girlfriends together. You all start something. Don't be dependent on no nig in his program. How is that helping you? As soon as you get him up there, then what you gonna do if he decides it's not working out and he want to break up? You're gonna look stupid. You're gonna be sitting there looking dumb as hell because you've done all this and stuff and writing my column talking about, well, I don't understand. We did everything that married couples do. I just wanted him to love me. I thought we were gonna get married. Mm-mm. Don't do that to yourself. Don't do it. And I know this is, a lot of times, and I'm gonna tell you guys, over the years since I've been doing this, when I talk like this about staying focused on yourself, your dreams, your goals, your, taking care of you. So I can't tell you how many black women have a fit. You hate black men. We need to take care of our black men. Okay, okay, take care of and men in the same sentence is an oxymoron. Okay, because men take care of women. Women do not take care of men. You have some shit twisted. I don't know what happened to your thinking, but you think that you need to be like coddling and taking care of and babying some grown ass man. See, then you don't have a man. You have a tall child. You have a child with a deep voice that's 6'2". That's what you have. So, he's supposed to be up there, he want to position himself to be a leader, but he can't do it without you, without like subjugating you and controlling you and making you, serve him like a fucking maid. No. These men are weak. These are some weak brothers, just weak. And they try to put it, flip it around to make it sound like, they so strong and running all this game and stuff. You know what? You know how you prove somebody that you're strong? Get your shit together by yourself. That's what you do. Get your shit together. Or like I said, you get, business partner, one of your boys, your brother, your daddy, your uncle. Go down to Wells Fargo, Bank of America, Credit Union, whatever you need to do, and get you a business loan. Take some classes at university, go down to the Small Business Administration, set some shit up by yourself or with your, male business partners. Then when you start talking shit about your program, see, you would have some stuff in place. You actually have something to show somebody. And then they could be like, wow, that's really cool. But you just a nigga sitting on the couch with a game controller in your hand talking about what you're gonna wanna, shoulda, woulda, and try to get somebody to buy into it. Oh hell no. No, no, no. Not doing all of that. I don't, I just don't understand what good the guy is like. And you think about it, in the black community, we have a 70, depending on what statistics you read, a 70 to 80% divorce rate. Obviously, like I said, black women are being socialized to think of marriage as being something positive and wonderful and something to look forward to, whereas men are looking at it, and as this guy promotes here, as something to, as an opportunity to use somebody for their benefit. I'm like, okay. I don't know. I don't know what to say about that. Um, So with the divorce rate that high, and women, file for, they say 80 to 95%, depending upon the socioeconomic level of the woman. But at any rate, women file for the vast majority of the divorces. Why? Because they get sick of men's shit. The dream that they had is going to be happily ever after with love and fulfillment and caring and affection and romance. Also, it goes up in smoke because men are only there to get what they feel like you can give them. Well, a woman's going to go along with that sometimes, a little bit because she loves them, right? Women give to men because they love them and they want to take care of them. That's that nurturing thing. that comes out. I miss that gene, but whatever. So they want to do it, so they'll do it. But then after a while, they start feeling resentful, right? Because they notice that the shit is one sided. She's not being taken care of, and that's why you see so many married women that look all toe up. They got their skin is all fucked up. They got bags under their eyes. Their hair is all broken off and stuff. Blood pressure high. The tipping the scales at 200-300 pounds. And they, some little tiny person that shouldn't weigh nothing like that. And they overeat. They had taken Prozac and all these other, antidepressants and shit. And this is the lot of women who are married. They're not happy. They're miserable. They feel like they're alone in the situation. Even when they're married, they still feel like a single parent because the men don't do shit. And then when they do something around the house or do something with the kids, they have the nerve, the unmitigated gall to say, "Well, I helped." Motherfucker, those are your kids. How you helping with your own kids and cleaning up the house that you live in? See, no. I can't do it. I can't do it. And those of you who can, you just, humdulillah, humdulillah, all that old stuff. You got my blessings because yeah, they're too lazy to file for divorce. They are because, but see, this is the thing. Like the person who's unsatisfied is the one who has to make the change. Men will tend to settle for anything because, they just get comfortable and they don't really want to they don't want to change. They don't want to change for the better and save the marriage, nor do they want to change and, actually end the marriage and, take the first step to end the situation and move on. They just stay like, doing nothing. That's what their favorite thing to do, unfortunately, is nothing. And so the women have to take, the lead, just like they had to do in the relationship, just like she had to do to hold him down, just like she did when she was trying to earn the right to be this peon's wife. You take the lead too much. Y'all need to sit down sometimes, sit on your ass, cross your legs, and don't do shit. Don't do shit. He want to talk about somebody doing something and helping him and all that stuff, saying, what? You know what I mean? I'm just like, I'm telling you, not doing nothing. So, how could how is doing all this stuff for him helping you? Okay, I didn't ask that question, but just something for you guys to think about, because, I can tell you my opinion all day. I share what I think about this. Um, you get in your mind that you want to be married. You want to be married. I don't know how you decide on this man, but however you did it, you decided that you wanted to be married. When you think about that and you think about doing the things that I said that like this guy wants you to do, please tell me, somebody explain to me, think about this. How is you doing all this stuff for him benefiting you? Where is the benefit for you to do all of these things? Like I said, if you were doing it in a corporate environment and striving to acquire some new title, promotion, whatever, you would still be getting a paycheck, your 401k contributions, your paid vacation, your paid holidays, federal holidays, state holidays, company holidays, whatever. Some people have floating holidays, tuition reimbursement, transit supplementation, all kind of benefits that you are going to be getting that actually, are tangible things that actually physically and financially help you. But you doing all this stuff for a nog on a wing and a prayer, hoping that he tries to wife you up later. Please tell me how that's helping you. Yeah, $12. Wow. Sis Lacey says, I divorced my ex-husband when he became financially irresponsible. Please do fuck with my finances. Girl, that's my number one rule. Don't fuck with my money. Don't fuck with my mind. And don't fuck with my heart. If you fuck with any of those three things, it's you out. You cut off. Like this is a hot potato, and that was you. That's how I do it. I was reading this thing they was talking about, that Leos can't let go. I was like, what Leo did you talk to? Because every Leo I know, man, it's like when they're done with you, it's like your ass ceases to exist. It's like you just like became like vaporized or something, like on Star Trek. There's nothing left of you. They don't, we don't see you. It's like you don't exist. So I don't know what kind of Leo they base that off of. It must be some July Leos, because all the August Leos are heartless as hell. I don't know. Let me see what else. Okay, so if you want a man, he's talking about women have to do all the stuff to prove. Um, yes. Miss Deb, oh, just for somebody who's new here, there's almost 400 videos. I think this one is 393 or not 394. When I make the 400th video, I will let y'all know. It's going to be a trip. I can't believe how many videos I've done. But there's so many videos here. I think I've done one on pretty much every topic, sometimes more than one. So you use the search feature for the channel, put in whatever your keyword is in all the videos, because it's like, I started this channel in 2009. Which I didn't really use it that much until about 2 years ago. But so most of the videos are within the last 2 years. But there are some, probably at least 20 or so from that long ago. So you want to search on any topic, I'm sure there's a video on this channel that talks about it, any kind of relationship or family issue. But let me, let's talk about this. Do you guys have an idea of what makes a man a good husband? Because see, it's supposed to be when you looking, he's talking about, is she a good wife? Motherfucker, where's you a good husband with this kind of mentality? You're not a good husband thinking you're gonna be gaming on somebody and using somebody like that, training somebody and managing somebody. What? Who does that? Who even thinks like that except somebody who's abusive and stupid? It's like, so you guys have to really, like I said, you got to be more, ask more questions, and don't be so quick to sleep with these dudes and get feelings for them and stuff. Stay distant, observe, listen, because you could know if a guy comes come at you like this, you already know that that's nobody that you want to be in a relationship with. He's gonna use you the fuck up. Nothing you do is ever gonna be good enough, and he's gonna keep every time you do something right, the goalpost is gonna move. It's gonna stay moving. So he gets more and more and more and more out of you. So you started hearing, well, if you do this, then you could do. Okay, well, yeah, but like, oh well, but maybe but how about, okay, so you steady jumping through hoops, jumping over hurdles, doing all this stuff, trying to earn this thing. He keeps holding up like a carrot for you to earn, and you don't even realize the game that you got yourself caught up in. Where is he a good husband for you? Even a good boyfriend? They don't want to do shit. They don't want to take care of anybody but themselves. They consider no one's needs but their own. How is that a relationship that's supposed to be like this? Okay. How's that even make any sense? You know, Libra men drink too much. I could drink more than anybody on this planet. Okay, so let's talk about that. What kind of things would make a man be a good? Yeah, I cut my family, man. We can drink. I'ma tell you, we got some kind of gene that I don't know what happens. But anyway, um, what kind of man makes a good husband? Yeah, 10% of men are husband material. That's probably about right. It's not that they can't learn to be, but that's something they should also do on their own. That's why I think it's very important in the Black community for them to have men's groups, and it's like groups for the young guys, like in their teens and early 20s. They need some structure and guidance and somebody with some damn sense to talk to them, and to let them understand that the world is not the way that they perceive it on television. That's unrealistic. It's so unrealistic. So let's talk about what these are some of the things that I think make a man a good husband. He has to be able to clearly communicate with you about everything. I mean, clearly. None of that, half step in gobbledygook where you don't really know what he's talking about, like I talk about, that circular conversation. I'm talking about where something happens and, and he comes in and he says, "Babe, honey, daughter, whatever you all want to call each other. Um, something's going on. We need to talk about it and come up with a solution." Now notice he's not coming in there dictating, telling you what he's gonna do. That's not leadership. Leadership is where you lead by example. Okay, well I'll talk about that probably in another video. Actually, no, that's right. I already have a video on leadership. What am I saying? Um, so you two sit down, right? Now, this is a man who respects your brain. He respects your life experience and he respects the way that you think. So, together, you are going to put your two heads together because y'all are a team, right? You two horses pulling the same wagon. So it don't make sense for one to make a decision, the other one just be running around not knowing where they're going or why they're going that direction, just blindly running. That's not how you get the best out of somebody. They need to be on the team. And the way they're on the team is then you explain to them what's happening and you leave them the option to buy into it or not. And as a man's wife, chances are you're going to agree with him most of the time because that's why y'all got married because you had a similar outlook on life. He respected you, he loved you, he admired you. You all the things that you needed were being given to you, which is why you agreed to marry him, right? So he's gonna sit down. He's gonna say, "Babe, this and that's going on. I was kind of thinking about it on my way home. I was thinking maybe this or that. But I wanted to run it by you and see what you thought about it. So you probably would ask some questions, right? Well, what about this? What about that? Did you think about this and that?" He can be like, "Yes, yes, no. Whatever. That's why I thought, we should maybe look it up on Google. We should, talk to somebody. We should." Okay, so you guys gonna work that around. Notice the communication, the back and forth, the questions being asked, the answers being provided. Nobody's calling each other names. Nobody's putting anyone down. No one's saying you're too stupid. I don't like that you saying that. I don't know what you're talking about. No kind of dismissiveness. It's like an open thing where your opinion is valid and your thoughts are valuable, and he's listening to you. Okay, he's listening. He's listening with his heart, not just his ears, his heart. Okay, because you are an important person to him, and what you say is important to him. Okay, that's the kind of relationship that you want. That's a man that makes a good husband. All right, because he respects you. So that's communication. Respect. These are mean like if a man does not respect you, bye Eddie. If a man doesn't respect you, this is the kind of stuff you'll get. You'll get around in a crowd, right? Like at parties, I've seen this happen, and I just cringe for those women. And he starts making fun of her. Or he'll reach over and he'll squeeze like, a fat roll or something that he knows she's very self-conscious of. Or he'll make some snide remark about something to kind of, like put her down a little bit. Not a flat out one, but a little bit. Just enough so that everybody knows that she got put down. And he'll try to blow it off as him teasing her. And if she gets an attitude, which of course she's going to, then he'd say, "Oh, you can't take a joke. It's and that." So see, that's when I say, "Oh, well, like the real joke was that sex we had last night. You called yourself putting it down." Now that shit was funny. See, you're not gonna do me like that. You want to clown? Let me show you how to do it. I have a vicious tongue, and I've said some horrible things, but I don't care because once you open that door and say some shit like that, it's over. All right? Yeah, they do it on purpose. Power sharing. Now you don't just like the example I gave. It's a perfect example of power sharing. They're like this. Okay, he's not just his leadership is not like being a commandant. That's not leadership. That's a dictatorship, and that never works. When women have those kind of situations, it quickly deteriorates into an abusive relationship, and then ultimately she leaves the relationship because she's it feels horrible for her. Um, a man who provides emotional support. There was an example a couple of weeks ago. We were doing advice letters of a woman whose mother died. Her boyfriend would rather go to his daughter's second miscellaneous stray babies baby shower than to go with the woman that he's supposed to love to support her up to the death of her mother. He left her to do it by herself, completely abandoned her. See, lack of emotional support, that right there is not husband material. I advise her to break up with him immediately. He should be getting no more of her time or energy after treating her like that. That was the most callous and disrespectful just abandonment that I have ever seen. Just ridiculous that anybody would do somebody like that. I could see if it was just a friend of hers or a coworker or something, but her mama? And that's the best you could do? Your daughter already had one miscellaneous straight knickknacks baby. Now she got the second one and had a nerve to be having a shower, and you would rather go to that and support that than go with your woman? Oh hell no. See, that's so think about how men treated you that was that did that kind of stuff and abandoned you in a critical moment when you really needed some emotional support. How about when they say that they're the head of household because they want to run shit, but they either not making no money or making less money, and you holding everything down. Sometimes women have two jobs, men sit on the couch, and then but you want to call him head of house, he want to call himself rather head of the household. No, the person who's making the money is the head of the household. You want to be the head of the household, if you got to pay the cost to be the boss. That's it. And you making all this money and your woman's working part-time to taking care of your kids. The kids are happy and well fed and well taken care of. Everybody in the house is laughing and joking and loving and being all fun, loving and all stuff. Okay, then you a good daddy. You doing your job as a husband and a father. Because when you got people that's always happy to see your black ass and always grinning and smiling and laughing, your home environment is lively and fun, and everyone there feels taken care of, and your kids are always happy, your woman's always happy, everybody who comes into your home is happy to be there and to be around you. That's a good husband because he knows what the fuck he's doing. Okay, I'm just saying, I've been in some environments like that. It's just like a wonderful environment to be in. Both the couple are just like they embrace everyone who walks in their door. You can just like you feel love the second you walk in their home, and they treat each other that way too. Sharing of chores. If he says anything about, well, I'm not going to do it because that's woman's work. Did you eat off them dishes? Did you eat out of them pots that was on the stove that had the food in them? Did you dirty up the bathtub by taking a shower in there? Did you piss all over the toilet and shave and put them hairs everywhere? Okay, then it's not woman's work. You made the mess, you clean it up. Okay, how about that? Um, and this includes sharing um responsibility with any children that you two may have. That's not woman's work either. Change them shitty ass diapers. That's your baby too. Chase that bread around, take them boys to the park and do something with them and stuff. They don't need to be sitting around the house. Yeah, girl, I'm telling you, Zara, that I'm telling you, I've been in it's like they have a glow or something. It's really weird. I mean, not weird like, like, "Ugh," but I mean like so amazing to see that. And when you see two people like that together, and they all tell you, it wasn't always like this. They went through some years where it was, it was a little rough, but they made it to the other side and realize that all that stuff that they fought about and whatever they do opinions and stuff, that shit don't mean nothing. It means nothing. But yeah, it's just kind of amazing. So bottom line is this guy, nothing that he said about you, or not you, but I mean a woman coming into these guys lives and supporting their dreams, giving her all to support his dreams with nothing but some vague discussion of something that might possibly maybe consider being happened in a distant future, no specific time frame. You just giving in this vacuum, trying to earn this man's love and everything, and his commitment, and for him to want you, for him to validate you as a girlfriend or a wife. See, that's the kind of, like I said earlier, that's the kind of mentality that they're looking for. That's the kind of woman that they look for. That's the kind of woman who's going to be set up to be abused and used. Don't be her. Okay, stand up for yourself. And it's like, tell him, it's like, okay, well, if I do all this stuff, what's in it for me? What do I get out of helping you achieve your dreams? How you gonna help me achieve mine? So we're gonna be giving, this need to be a two-way street. So these are my dreams. How you gonna help my shit come true? How you gonna be up on my program? Or you just expecting this shit to be one way. I mean, nail his ass to the wall. See what he says. Most of them are not gonna want to admit it. They just think that the women are there to give to them. And like they said, there's going to be some dumb broad who will bop along, who will probably do it because she's desperate and she has low self-esteem and she needs to be validated by having a man in her life. Those are the ones you hear say, well, the man is all kinds of fucked up. But at least I got a man. That's that mentality. It's like, don't matter that he's the dregs of society and the scallywag of life, just because he's swinging that thing, that thing, then suddenly, she feels like she's better than other people and that she's, got some major come up. Even though, like I said, he's trash. He's just not, he ain't about shit. So, you guys really think about, this game that these guys run on you about this marriage stuff. And make sure that if you're in a situation with somebody that whatever you give, there has to be this. You have to be getting something out of it too, and it has to be more than some dick. Okay, because that, I mean, you can get that anywhere, any kind of shit. You could log on and see some cute dude on the internet and be like, meet me at such and such a hotel, and I bet you'll be there when you get there. I mean, these dudes, I mean, they just like be begging women to even look at those things that they have. So I wouldn't put too much stock on that, but you want a man who's going to be about something, who's going to help you build, just like you help him build, and then together you guys can have an empire. But it's all about you just being used to help him, and it's all one-sided. That's bullshit. Don't fall for that. They rung the wrong way. Yeah, I bet you they do. What's in it for me? I have a video where I advise women to do it. Like I said, I've pretty much addressed every topic already. But what I do is put and package them together in different ways. But that one, I tell you, there's nothing wrong with you figuring out what a man wants. What he's offering. Oof, how about finish reading? What is he going to offer you? What's he giving you for all the stuff that you give him? Your body, your time, your energy, your cooking skills, your cleaning skills, your shoulder to cry on, your marketing abilities, your business acumen. You giving him all this shit for free, typing shit for him and writing shit for him and helping him develop his business plan and do all this kind of stuff. That's what this last, well, no, I guess it's like 2 or 3 dudes ago. I was going out with this guy and he decided he wanted to start a business, right? This is T. He decided he wanted to start a business. I said, "Oh, that's interesting. What kind of business?" I forgot what he said. Because I wasn't really interested because I'm too busy with my stuff. I'm like, I don't really have time to be dealing with your stuff because I've got too much going on. I can't even keep up with my own shit. And so he says, "Well, I know you know how to write a business plan." I said, "Yeah, I do." And he's like, "Well, can you write one for me?" I said, "How much you gonna pay me?" "What? Why I have to pay you?" I said, "Because that's how I earn money writing those. That's not free. If you're gonna pay somebody, you may as well pay me." "Well, I was just hoping that you could do it for me." I said, "No, that ain't gonna happen, Holmes." And he kept insisting, and so I just dumped him. I'm like, "Okay, I see what this is. You trying to use my ass. It was $1,000 business plan, and you want me to do for you for free? I don't think so." Nah, nah, son. Um, Eddie can't leave. Eddie can't leave. I don't know, you guys. I just want you to give this a lot of thought. You know, think about it when you meet a guy, how he comes at you, what his expectations are. If you thinking that you want to be married to him, why? What's he offering you? What are you giving up to be married to this man? I mean, really think about this. I mean, put pen to paper if you need to. There has to be something that you're getting from this man, from this situation, that you can't give yourself and that you feel like you can't get from anyone else, just him. That's the man that you marry. And, if you just like settling, because you're tired of being alone, because he's the only one that asked you. Well, maybe it's not that bad. I can do this. You kind of like talk yourself into it. Trust me, in 5 or 10 years, your ass gonna be at the divorce court when you wise up. Don't do that to yourself. If you aren't fully enthusiastic about going into a situation with a man, even as his girlfriend, I mean, you have to feel like this is some shit that I need to be involved with. This is a man I need to be involved with. This motherfucker is fabulous. He really is a really good dude. I mean, that kind of respect and admiration, that's what you should have. You should not have a situation where you got to close one eye and squint and be like, well, maybe he's all right, I guess. And I've heard women talk like that about the guys that they were dating and talking about getting married to. And I'm like, you think that's gonna sustain a marriage? Do you know how hard it is to be married? Even under the best of circumstances, when you love somebody, it's gonna be days when you wake up and just want to stab his ass. But the fact that you love him, that helps you guys get through. You work out, you got good communication. So you can tell him, today you make me so sick, I want to stab your ass. And then he'll laugh and say, well, maybe I'll just leave you alone for the day. Maybe I'll come, I'm gonna go visit this and that person. I'm gonna go to the gym and stuff. I'll be back around 6. So is that good? Maybe I should call you. Is that good? And you say, okay. Okay, so then at 6 o'clock, you've calmed down, you've had a hot bath, you talked to your friends on the phone, maybe had a glass of wine, read a book, you chill now. That's a good relationship. Yes, you wanted to stab him in the morning. Yes, he pissed you the fuck off. But by the end of the day, you guys can laugh about it. And, he knew what to do. He knew how to, give you some space so you could like calm down. It didn't escalate into something bigger than what it needed to be. Because he knew he did some shit that made you mad. Men know what they be doing. Don't fall for that. They always know. They always know. But anyway, I hope that you guys understand the gist of what I was, talking about here. The chat keeps going away. I don't know what's going on with that. It's like showing this black thing over here, so I can't keep up. I don't know what you guys are saying. I was going to try to see it if somebody had a question or something. Oh, there it is. It just popped back up. Um, yeah, after giving, and even the calling, you're right. But my thing is I don't call men. You should not be calling men. I just call a man maybe once every 5 to 10 times he calls me. You guys be calling men like, calling him 3 times a day and shit. I'm like, what is up with that? Do you remember you have broken fingers? You can't dial. That's his job. Stop doing the man role. Just let his ass do it. Let him chase you. If he wants you, he want to talk to you. He know what time it is. He knows how to use the phone. I just don't call men because if you call them and they're doing something, you just bugging them and they just like not paying no attention to you anyway. So then you get off the phone and you be mad. So don't do that. Let him call you when he's worked up the interest and the energy and he just dying to talk to you and hear your voice or come to see you or something like that. Let him build up to that. You are just like so anxious. You just like, be calling the dude, blowing up his phone, texting him 900 times a day. You always want to be at his house or have him be all up under you and stuff. Give people some space. Give people some time. Let him miss you. Oh my God, that's part of attraction for men is missing you. It makes them like when they finally see you, they just like their heart beats hard and everything. And they just, give you like the best hugs and everything. But y'all just don't let them go there. Let them get those feelings because you just always in their face, always on their ear, always on the phone. Y'all ain't doing right. Okay. But anyway, so that's what I got to say for tonight's video about that knucklehead. But you guys watch that. Some dude come up to you talking about what you gonna do for his program, what you gonna do for him like he's a fucking pimp. Tell you you're not gonna do a goddamn thing. What you look like? Say you gonna do exactly what I get paid to do. That's what I'm gonna do. You wanna hire me to do some shit, we can talk about that. But you think I'm just gonna be doing it because you want me to, because you want to use my talents and skills for free, nigga? No, nigga, no, no, not happening. All right. But we will be back. Well, let's see. Not tomorrow. Maybe over the weekend. Exactly. How could I miss you if you don't go away? Exactly. But a lot of, you got to relate. They're afraid that he won't miss them, which he might not. And they're too afraid to, give him the space to find out. I'm like, shoot, miss me. I mean, even in a relationship, I don't want to be up under some man all the time. I got shit to do. I'm trying to finish my book. So, I'll be making my videos. I'll be experimenting with making new recipes for my vegan blog when I have time. Try to hit the gym when I got time. Keep up with my friends when I got time. Keep up with my family. I need to clone myself. So if you have all this kind of shit going on, all these hobbies and interests and things that I have, I don't really have time to be in, all up under a man like that. I get irritated when they want to keep me on the phone too long. I'm like, I'm looking at my watch and shit. It's like 10 minutes have gone by. That's all I got. I gotta go now. They don't be talking about nothing anyway. So, I know, kind of cold, but that's that Leo. That's how we is. All right. So you guys, keep your questions coming in. You can use the ask advice thing that's right up there at the top of the channel. It's like a little button that says "Get Advice." Um, you click that, and it'll take you to the question submission form. And every Tuesday, I do live advice columns right here on the channel. So if you want to, got your question to ask, you want to can have your question considered to be answered live on this live stream, submit it in using that form. Also, take a minute to subscribe and then also share a link or two. Share the links around to your female friends and let them get up on this game and let them know, what's happening because especially the youngsters. We got to get the youngsters before they get all, as they said yesterday, corrupted. Not yesterday, Tuesday, corrupted. And, let them so they don't end up, with some Nignog's baby and dropped out of school and just all kinds of fucked up because nobody told them how to watch for game and for a man who's really serious about them. Okay. So, share some links. That's all I got to say. And I'll see you all on Saturday.